with who we are as a divine being and hopefully who we are in a human experience. And if we can believe in what's true in us, the universe yields and delivers in accordance with our belief. Hopefully, usually. And that's a muscle I think we need to work out a little bit more, especially these days. When we don't believe, when we're not sure, when we're filled with doubt, when we just don't know which end is up, can we turn to the divine within us and ask, help me with my disbelief and guide me toward what to believe in? What is the right action? What is the right perception? What is the right belief that can arise from within me now to help guide and direct the life that I am now? And how does what I believe in influence that? So for me personally, I believe, and I have believed since I was a little girl, that the life force that we call God, to me, is the life force that is. It is. It's not, is it? It is. It just simply, it is. And this is the life that animates everything. And it seems that there's some pretty amazing miracles that happen from that divine organizing intelligence into our physical plane life. And it feels to me like the beliefs we had as a child and the magic that brought us in our experience and how we related to life is a necessary medicine for us as adults now. Because if you take one part God consciousness and one part curiosity and one part magical belief and then one part faith and surrender, and you put it all together in a mug and you drink it down, you have a good elixir. You've got something going on that feeds you and nourishes you and hopefully lifts you up and warms your heart so you can relax and see what happens. Some call it coffee. I don't. So when I got back from the creek, lo and behold, said lonely little dog who had not been cared for all night long was surrounded by two lovely men. One of them is a dog walker who had like 5 other dogs with him, and they were totally taking care of this little dog. I loved that. I was like, okay, so if I think I have to respond to everything and I think I have to be in control and I have to take something on and it's not mine to take on, is it my belief that caused them to find the dog? Or were they finding the dog anyway and my belief helped me feel better and have faith that something other would happen than me in that situation? And I don't have answers to this. I just propose them as questions as we step through our daily living. Where are we oriented towards? You know, there are things that are practical. I got a rock chip on my windshield, so now there's a crack going across it. I could believe with all my might that that crack is going to go away. I don't think it will. Is that because I'm doubting my belief that the crack will go away, or is that because I can believe the crack will go away and I am going to be guided into direct action to help that to happen because I am an instrument of the divine? I'm also a human being that has a very practical, logical side. You need to get the window fixed, take action, and make it happen. So again, I'm proposing a lot of questions for your consideration today to mull over when you leave here. Is there a place where our belief meets a concrete, tangible, measurable need for action? Or do we just sit back and believe and believe and believe and believe, and to what end? And I think it's a very individual experience, not just individual to us as people, but in our moment-to-moment experiences. Which side of the seesaw of belief am I on with this particular incident, or with this particular person, or with these energetics? I'm going to share one more little thing and then we're going to shift to more of a channeling mode. My brother, my older brother, the only brother I have, my brother and sister in law moved to California, started their move on Friday. And we're very close. And I believed that I was going to be in pain and sorrow and grief because I don't want them to move away. California's just a hop over there on a flight, and I understand that. But I didn't want them to move away. And I thought, I'm going into this weekend and I'm going to feel my heart break and I'm going to be sad and I'm going to have to really navigate a lot of intense emotional feelings about that. And that's what I believed was going to happen. None of that happened. They did move. Harlan Singh, they didn't move. They did move. However, the love that we share, the connection that we have, and the relationship that we rest in still exists. And they lived an hour and a half south of where I was. So it's not like I saw them all the time. The idea of the geographical proximity was comforting. And so I just turned that over to spirit. And I was like, yeah, I don't love this. I don't love that they're away. I don't, me no likey. And all it is a thought and a perception. And that thought and perception was causing me to experience separation. And that separation was going to influence my weekend, sitting me in pain because of a thought. And what came to me was believe in the relationship, believe in the connection, believe that if you want to fly over there, you can. It's all good. And what's happening for them? They're moving toward what they love. They're moving to a warmer climate. They're moving to be near their Buddhist community, and they're happy. And they're older, and they're going to keep progressing in their aging. And how lovely for them to be in a supportive, loving community, make new friends, establish new connections, and know that the rest of the family is still connected. So I found my belief shifting into what love has to say, not what my ego had to say. And that made all the difference in the world. So I am inviting us to, when we step out of the room today, to go forward with curiosity about what beliefs are in our minds and in our hearts and where we move from in our actions and in our conversations and the way we live and conduct ourselves. Where are we moving from? Are we moving from the truth that sits in our souls and rests in our hearts and whispers from our divinity into our humanhood? Are we aligned with that? Are we congruent with that? Are we moved in our lives from that? Because I can think of no better way to live right now. Our minds can get very involved in outer projections and all the stuff flying around out there. And our work is internal, and our actions can arise from the clarity that arises from within us. I think that that's the best way to go, especially during these transitional times. And we were talking earlier before we went live, that August is a big month, and there is some big astrological stuff going on. August 8th is Lionsgate, and it's a more powerful Lionsgate than ever before. And there's comets and meteor showers and full moons, and August is a transition month for a lot of us in terms of consciousness and our species. So please approach the rest of this August with open curiosity, pay attention to what's true, and notice where your beliefs are. And aim for what feels most loving. And that's all I have to say about that. Okay, the mitt of belief is upon us. Believe. I'm going to close my eyes and go into a little bit of an altered state, so I'm not coming so much from the Yume persona of it all. And just listen to what Spirit has to say to all of us around this word. feel free to close your eyes and go within as well. Let anything that I share that resonates become part of your orbit, and anything that is spoken that does not resonate simply slide past you. To believe is an action and a verb. It is conscious choice. To believe is two parts. In the state of being, pure beingness, there is the divine organizing intelligence that knows exactly what it is doing. And when you are in the state of being, you are in repose, you are relaxed, and allowing the state of being to carry you and float you forward. When you rest in the state of being, you will notice there is unfolding happening all around you. And sometimes you are moved along with that unfolding. You are moved to action, insight, inspiration. You are moved from your chair to get up and dance. You are moved to go water the plants. You are moved to take a walk. In the state of being, there is nothing that you have to do or tend to, because that state of being carries with it the richness of fulfillment. And fulfillment comes from the divine fountain of life, knowing where to flow, where the nourishment is needed, and the direction that the energy needs to move in. So your state of being, in the word believe, to be, is an action of repose, to be. And the word leave, though it is spelled Lieve, you hear it as to leave something alone. Leave it alone. Let it be. Be and leave what is to be tended to by the natural unfolding that is already in action within that thing, that situation, that person, that experience, those relationships. Can you rest in be, rest and be, and leave the rest to spirit? Can you place your awareness and your attention on the divine nature occurring before your very eyes? Can you believe it? If there is a hope in your heart, if something is what is occurring in such a way that you are unhappy about it, can you leave it alone, be in the presence of it, the experience of it, and all the feelings that come with the experience of leaving it alone and being present to it? And trust that as you feel the truth for yourself in relationship to whatever the situation or occurrence is, that you can rest in the truth as you know it, that you can be an instrument of the frequency and the vibration of that truth that you know within yourself. Can you be with that? Instead of picking up the phone and calling the person and giving them a piece of your mind. Can you be with what you're seeing and invoke spirit to take action in place of you taking the action? Can you be with that? Can you leave it to God? Can you leave it to spirit? Can you leave it to the miracle of unfolding? Can you believe that divine order is occurring, that everything is orchestrated, and the intelligence within the orchestration knows exactly what it's doing? This does not mean that if you are witnessing harm to another person, that you just shrug your shoulders and say, I'm going to be with the feelings I have about watching that person abuse that person. No, it does not mean that. For surely, if you're sitting in the state of being in contact with the truth arising within you, you will be moved to right action. However, right action carries with it a strength, a love, and a power. It is an empowerment that is pure, that is different than your reacting from your ego state. Reaction causes reaction. Being moved by divine inspiration causes right action, which carries with it a quietness, a strength, a presence. It does not mean it is not fierce, for love can be fierce. Right action and truth can be fierce. However, it is held in a container that holds the power of the energy to direct it towards where it needs to go to help disperse discordant energy or to lift up what it is you are seeing. So when you are in a state of being and you leave what needs to happen, what is the highest unfolding to spirit, then you wait on that inspiration. It could take 1 second. It could be that as you are waiting on inspiration already, the fullness of the message has come through and your body's moved to action. It involves your breath. Take a breath, move from reaction to responding. Move from wanting to take over to resting in being. Breathe the state of being. Feel the truth within you. Call upon that which you believe is a higher power, that which you experience as the higher power, the way you relate to it, and ask that divine intelligence orchestrating consciousness to act through you. God, I stay in the state of being. I believe that you are here to guide me into right action, right language, right movement. Come forward through me now and act in the situation in accordance with thine power, thy love, thy blessings, thy miracle consciousness. And know that as you rest in the state of being, you are that. You are not separate from God. You are not separate from the divine, from spirit, from creator. You are that expressing through a human pole. You are that consciousness. Can you shift from the belief in yourself and your personality and your ego and your reaction and your righteousness? Can you shift in the heat of reaction to setting it down and listening and asking to be made a pure, clear instrument for what is needed for this moment? Because you can always pick up the wardrobe of that energy later. Get righteous if you want. But if you can set it down, rest in being, and allow the inspiration to arise, you will be moved to action. That takes care of the whole thing. And by that action, by being the verb of believe, then you get to have the direct experience, not only witnessing the power of the presence of spirit through you, you get to feel it. You get to feel that surge of life coming through your nervous system, illuminating your brain, settling your energy, grounding you in empowerment. You get to feel the presence of God acting through you, and nothing can replace that. because that energy is life giving. And the intelligence, the love, the healing, the soothing, the informing that that energy brings through your system is unforgettable. Once you are moved by the Spirit in such a way, you do not forget it. And if anything, your nervous system and your brain says, more of that, please. That felt good. I don't feel alone. That was amazing. That was miraculous. More of that, please. And as you imbibe, so the universe matches you. As you call out in hunger, so the universe delivers the nourishment. As you ask God within you to conduct your life, so does the God within you respond. Certainly, thank you for asking. Here I am. Here's an inspiration. Here's an aha. Here's a new way of seeing something. And your humanness is like, wow, wow, wow. And all of that comes from within. When you believe as an action, a choice of attitude, a choice of focus emotionally and mentally, when you believe, then you are blessing any and all situations that you are encountering. I know that my eyes are seeing this. However, I believe that the right and true unfolding is going to occur here. And perhaps I am a part of that puzzle. Perhaps I am a piece in the puzzle to bring the wholeness through. I'm okay with that. Because I'm going to go to a state of being and I'm going to leave it to God to show me. And there you are, an instrument of a miracle or helpfulness. When you choose to believe as a verb, as an action, you are choosing a way of life that leaves room for spirit to move through you. Not just for the good for yourself, for the good for the all. And the feeling of that is amazing. The love of that changes you. It literally restructures your nervous system and the synaptic firing in your brain. It literally creates new pathways. And as most have seen, to establish a new habit, you repeat for a long time. And so it is when you choose the action, the attitude, the verb to believe, then you are setting up a new program in your mind. You are entraining your heart, your mind, your emotions, body, and nervous system to move in accordance with that which you choose to believe in, whether you are being and leaving it to God, or you're choosing to believe in the action of God through you, or you choose to believe that you do have access and can be the best person that you endeavor to be. You can express your gifts, even if you've been sitting on them and hiding them for years and years and years. You can believe in the possibility of that liberation into expression. And for those who don't deem themselves worthy of that, then pick a bigger reason. See what community you can serve. See what global influence you may have. Many people perceive that if they are not famous, then their work does not get exposed and they are not fulfilling their purpose. And did you know that even when you sit in meditation alone in your home, quietly, resting in the repose of peace, that you are influencing the world, that you are expressing your gifts into the world? That is something you can believe. It is about the expression through the human form. That is the gift into the world. Certainly, the human ego would rather have the exposure and the accolades and the acknowledgments by the many. However, do not question the power of the gift that you give when you are sitting alone in your space, quietly meditating. It is the loving emanation of spirit through your field, into the walls, the floor, the ceiling, the ethers, the surrounding area, down through the roots of the trees, reaching across the world. The gifts that you give, believe in them. No matter how grand or how subtle, believe in that which you are here to express, for that is the gift into life. So to believe, to choose the action of being and then leaving the rest to spirit, to believe, to take hold of the truth within you, and to know that it is worthy. And if you have difficulty knowing that because of your self-doubts, then whatever the gift is that you are here to give, choose a bigger reason, choose a bigger arena of people to serve. And you will be happily surprised how joyous and grateful are those who are hungry for the nourishment that you have to give. Believe in that. And so you are invited to sit with the grand largeness, unlimited supply that is the truth of you coming through you, expressing in form. You are invited to sit with curiosity. You are invited to do an inventory on your beliefs so you could see what is in the motor that causes you motivation or lack of motivation. And you can believe in whatever it is that's true in your heart, because it's there for a reason. It's not by accident. So we charge you with the homework to be curious and establish a new relationship with this word believe and see what adventure it might take you on. And remember that the universe may not operate in human space-time requirements. If you believe in something that you'd like to have materialize and it's truth, it will materialize. It will materialize in divine right timing. And those are not empty words. Everything is orchestrated, so you can count on it. Love and blessings. I like that message. It was good for me to hear. Hopefully I can go back on our Facebook page and see what was said. It felt good. Oh, cool. I know in my personality there's a speck of dust here and there where I'm challenged to believe that what I feel is true in my heart. Let me say it differently. I know what is true in my heart, and I feel challenged to believe that it will unfold. I do have those challenges only in a couple of areas. There are areas where I have a lot of attachment and a lot of investment in wanting what I perceive as truth to come forward. So, yeah, that's good. So I'm going to go to another level of turning that over, sitting in a state of being, and leaving the results to God. The mitt of belief. The mitt of believe. Believe. All right, back to you, Ivaloo. Oh, Ivaloo's coming. Ivaloo is coming. Look out, Ivaloo's on the way. Trigger a lot. It does. Does it? Yes. Yeah.
So it reminded me, Danae, that where are you?
I'm behind.
Okay.
I'm always behind you, Ivaloo.
Oh, thank you, babe. You got me. Okay. That reminded me of service you did that the Marys said to
Oh,
you, "We got you," and I've
yeah.
never forgotten that.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
every morning, I'll in my meditation, I'll remember that saying that you said that we got you, and that the universe, God, Christ, love, everything, anything
Yeah.
of energy has you in
Yes.
their hands. So
Yes.
what I came up here for, I got deterred there, is that planet Earth, y'all. I don't know if you realize this, asked for us to come here on the planet to help planet Earth and to bring the light of God, because the light of God is in every cell of our body. We are here to spread the light. And planet Earth asked all of us human beings to come to planet Earth to shed into that light.
Mm-hmm. She is a living, breathing,
Yes, yes.
conscious being.
And I
Yeah.
just wanted us to realize that level of greatness that's within us.
Yes. Amen.
And my thoughts. Back to Santa. Seriously, no. Couple of Santa thoughts. But one of them was, we have these shirts at Christmas that picture of Santa Claus and it says believe underneath. And we never get pictures of Jesus that say believe underneath. But we get this, and I thought of that. It's like Jesus represents something. What does Santa represent? And he represents a lot of richness, and that you can have your dreams. You can ask for something and receive it. And that's what kids do. Yes. And adults. But kids have a channel they get to hold on to. And I don't know, my sister, they're more evangelical. They're not more, they're completely evangelical. And they have 6 kids, but they did not raise them believing with the Santa Claus concept, because they said, but if they believe in Santa Claus and find out that Santa Claus isn't in actuality, then maybe they won't believe in Jesus. It's like funny, that never occurred to me when I was a child. So it was interesting. And then my favorite belief story is probably my daughter when she was around 9, and you know, loved Santa, Tooth Fairy, leprechauns on St. Patrick's Day, Easter Bunny. But you hit 9, and your world's expanding, and we're driving here, I think, one Easter morning, and you could feel the doubting Thomas in her. It's just, what if the Easter Bunny is just Santa in a giant bunny suit? I said, whoa, wouldn't that be something? Yeah, yeah. But she's the also child at about the age of 8 said, what if our whole life is just our spirit having a dream? And then when we die, our spirit wakes up and says, well, that was interesting. So, girl's channeling some interesting stuff for me. What if Easter Bunny's just Santa in a giant bunny suit? So anyway, thank you for that. It triggered a lot, and now when I'll wear a Santa and a Believe shirt. I'm not so much believing in the physical concept of Santa, but in that representation of it's okay to believe that your life will be good, and that your wishes will be and your dreams will be fulfilled, and you can wake up one morning and be surprised by what has been given to you. Surprised in a way that you're delighted, but maybe hopefully you're not surprised in a way like I never expected it. But it's Christmas morning, and now it's time. So, thank y'all for being here today. Go on to my other little duties here as platform person. Always mentioning volunteers are always needed. And we'll give you something to do. And if you know how to get rid of trees in the front yard, little treelets that are coming up with great richness out there, our weed trees are on a roll. And what is their name? Trees of Heaven. I mean, no, I remember because I remember it had something like, yeah, it's like we're calling them trees of heaven, but they're a weed tree, and we got to work on something, people. We got to let it. We're heavenly. We're heavily heavenly over here. If you got a plan for the cheese of heaven, and then also you can give in other ways, and we're always appreciative that we have been divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Together now. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Now we're gathering up for a little peace song. Yes.